In the use of the budgets of the districts, provinces and city of Kigali, changes have been made to make it easier for the authorities to implement the budget, as it is provided based on the priority projects to be implemented in the first months of the fiscal year. Previously, they used to be given about a quarter of the total budget for the fiscal year, regardless of the value of the projects to be implemented, and thus delayed the planned projects. The chairperson of the Kigali City Council, Dr. Kayihura Didas, says this is a change that has made it easier for them to work, though there is still a portion of the proceeds from tax delays.
Taxes are often available at the beginning of the fiscal year from July to December. There is a struggle in collecting taxes, hence not being collected on time. But in our planning, we need to make sure that in addition to the money allocated to us, the money from taxes is also made available on time. The changes mean not just 20% of the required funds will be initially provided, but all of the money needed for the projects, which will be used in the implementation phase because we will be ready.
The chairperson of National Budget and Patrimony Committee in Parliament, Professor Omar Munyaneza, says that development projects and ideas from the people were the first to be supported.
The first thing we appreciated was the fact that the budget included projects that address the concerns of the people based on their ideas, especially development projects, and those that elevate their livelihoods. We are also pleased to see the consistency in the implementation of those projects versus before, when a project would start and then become stagnant. And even in the budget for the following year, you find that it was withdrawn before completion. That issue was resolved whereby if a project is not completed during that fiscal year, it can still be completed in the next.
Some of the causes of delays in the implementation of certain projects are delayed in obtaining the rights of the Ministry of Justice for projects over 500 million Rwandan francs, that it takes long to get the approval, and some entrepreneurs are dissatisfied with the tender process and are therefore delayed in getting the response from the Rwanda Public Procurement Authority as a result of the appeal. An economist, Straton Habyarimana, says that this is also part of the delay in the implementation of such projects.
There are those who are in charge of monitoring the implementation of the budget, and there are activities that are planned to be done, but you find that they are not monitored properly. For example, like if a bridge is to be built and the money has been allocated for its construction, you find that from its construction to the completion and inauguration, there was no supervision. Hence, a bridge that was supposed to last for 25 years couldn't even last through 3 months because it either fell to the ground or was flooded. There is also another matter of the approval of contractors getting paid that can take long, delaying the work to be done, or sometimes the payments are not even in line with what was actually done. Some projects are only 30% complete, yet 80% of the budget has been used. In such cases, contractors are tempted to just abandon the project because they do not stand to lose anything.
Chairperson of National Budget and Patrimony Committee, Professor Omar Munyaneza, says the preliminary draft of the state budget for 2022-2023 will be approved upon whether the country's vision will be achieved based on the implementation of the budget.
We are now in the process of preparing a draft budget for the coming state, which we have prepared based on the country's vision. There is a 7-year NST1 government plan from 2017-2024, which they plan to work on. There is a vision for 2050. There are various other programs you see, MPs from all over the country that we have seen and found that have not reached a satisfactory level, such as for people to have 100% clean water, electricity, and so on and so forth. So we are in the process of preparing the issues that we will discuss with the implementing agencies of these programs to make sure that in the preparation of the budget, it will be a medium-term budget, because we have this year and the next one, to see if the budgeting meets the demands of NST1. We must talk to the government to ascertain that the set objectives of the country will be attained.
The national budget for 2021-2022 is more than 4.4 trillion. By March this year, 56.8% of the district, provincial and Kigali city budget had been spent. Jane Mutoni, RTV News.